Hello everyone, Alistair Gold here. Well, that wasn't too shabby, was it? That was actually well worth the drive up to Burnley, which would it take me? It was about a 9-hour round trip. For once, a drive to Burnley was truly worth it in a football sense. And Sonny's got a great relationship. Sonny is just a force of nature. He's got a great relationship with every manager that's come through that door. But especially, and even Conte as well, honestly, get on with Conte, despite the fact that, he wasn't exactly playing him in the best possible way. But with Postecoglou and something like, you've probably seen it maybe, that after the game, Sonny was doing his interview with Spurs Play and Postecoglou interrupted it, like jokingly told him, he should have scored 4 goals. And he put his arm around him. It was very matey. And also you've got this captaincy group who are relishing it. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen 3 human beings take to a new role so enthusiastically. They were the ones, the 3 of them were the ones that leading the players over to the fans at the end. You'll watch them, honestly. It was those 3. Romero had the armband because Sonny and Maddison had both gone off. So Romero had the armband. And there was this really nice moment where he went and he kissed the armband in front of the fans. But it was almost not for the fans. He kind of was having a kind of a hug and a chat with Sonny. And it was while he was talking to him that he kissed it. It wasn't almost like he was doing it in front of the fans as a show. It was almost just this little gesture that he loved having that armband on. And I think that says a lot about Romero, really. He's just got this real respect for his new role. And Maddison's the same. Maddison is throwing himself into this role. He is constantly talking to other players, encouraging them. He's got this great rapport with the fans already. He's just come in, and I think, Postecoglou said it before, it's the right time in his career. He needed a change. He needed a new level to play at. And he needed, I think, a need to kind of just impress and connect with everyone. He's just done it superbly. Honestly, I'd say he is up there with my favourite players right now at Tottenham Hotspur, with Sonny and a couple of others as well. He's phenomenal. We'll talk about him a little bit to come anyway. But I do think it's no coincidence that this kind of Spurs team is playing with a smile on its face, loving its football, enjoying itself, and it is kind of epitomised by the fact that their captain is one of the smiliest people, always grinning, that you will ever see. I quite like the fact that Sonny has really stepped up to be the captain. Look, I know he's been the captain of South Korea before, and obviously he's had a lot of weight on his shoulders when he does that. And he will be doing that again with this international break. But I do think, and I said it before, that still people have been surprised at just how good a club captain he is on a daily basis and how much he's thrown himself into it. And, a few players, I think Destiny Doggy was talking about him as well in his post-match interview. He's just fully invested into it and he's impressed everyone. The players, the staff, people within the club. Again, maybe a bit like Maddison, it was just a challenge he needed at this time. He needed to become, with Kane going, he became the main man. He became the figurehead for the club. And I think he relishes that. Whenever Kane's been out in the past, we've said it before, Sonny has stepped up. And it's just giving him the responsibility, a massive pat on the back from Postecoglou. He's a smiley man, and now the club, Tottenham Hotspur, are smiling again. It's thank goodness, because we were not smiling before. And then there's Sonny. I'm going to take full ownership of the fact that I thought Sonny would be great as the number 9 through the middle. I don't like to bang my own drum. Is that the word? But I've made it very clear in bits I've written and stuff I've said on here, and even a tweet, funnily enough, the night before the game, that I felt that in the Postecoglou system, Sonny could be brilliant through the centre. Because of that, like I said, the low crosses that come in, there's less reliance on him to head the ball. It's not one of the game's biggest kind of headers of a ball. But the low crosses and the ability to use a different kind of setup slightly with him through the centre, I felt could be successful. I maybe did not envisage within 24 hours I was going to be proved correct by a hat-trick. But, again, I just felt it all fitted his game beautifully. He's not going to probably hold the ball up with the ball is back to the opposition goal, as Richarlison, to be fair to him, came on and did that quite effectively late in the game yesterday. And Sonny's, that's not what his game is about. But in terms of the movement and the quality and the devastating kind of, when he's confident, his finish. I've said this before. If you give Sonny too much time to think about something in front of the goal, I feel like sometimes he'll overthink a shot. If you just put Sonny away and say, bang, finish that, he will smash it home, or he will do something beautiful. Like the first goal. First goal, just lovely little chip. It was so glorious when you watch it back from every angle. Second goal, bang, first time finish. Third goal, he did have that little bit extra time, but he was so confident from the first two goals that he put it in the near post. It was probably, that's part of it. The keeper was not expecting it that side. I just think, Postecoglou's spoken about him playing through the centre as well, and he just showed how lethal he can be. Postecoglou was right. He probably could have got a fourth. Was it Kulusevski played him through quite early on? He just took a heavy touch, and the ball kind of went a little bit too far ahead of him. But Sonny was magnificent. I gave him a 10 in my player ratings. Everything he was doing, he was leading the team by example as well, and I'm so delighted he got off the mark in that way. And honestly, I think Richarlison will be an effective rotation option. But at this moment in time, I would like to see Sonny play through the middle, because I think he will score so many goals. And he did. And this is the thing. The Spurs fans have wanted a number 9, to come in. And, you're selling Harry Kane. You need another number 9. And even myself, I would have maybe liked to have seen one come in. But to be fair to him, Postecoglou was very clear and insistent throughout. And this is why whenever people said to me, but they're going to sign another 9, aren't they? Surely. I'd say, well, look at the quotes. Postecoglou was quite insistent that he didn't really feel he needed another one. So I asked him afterwards, was Sonny's performance exactly the reason why you didn't need another one? And he kind of thought for a moment. He said, well, it's not exactly why, but it is one of the reasons. I've got a picture in my head of what I want the team to look like, and I keep saying that we're still at the beginning. We're still building, and there's still a lot to be done. It's about putting all the pieces together and at the same time not neglecting what's in front of you. There are some really good footballers at this club, and I think they have the ability to play in the way this team needs to set up. Sonny, whether he's playing central or wide, he's got all the characteristics. Mate, he can play in any system, but the way we play, he's ideal. And Sonny, in turn, he's loving life under Postecoglou. Of course he is. He's the captain of the football club. He scored a hat-trick. I think someone said it was his 5th hat-trick for Spurs, I think. I don't know if it was Premier League or all competitions. And he said after the game, he was interviewed by Optus Sports, the Australian broadcaster, I'm so grateful that I'm working with him. This was Sonny on Postecoglou. I have learnt so many things as a player, but also as a human being. It's been a fantastic journey until now, but I think in the future we'll have more fun working together. I'll do everything he asks because he's giving so much good information to us as a human and manager. We are very, very happy working with him. I think players should take more responsibility to make him happy and move this club forward.